Stannis scared the living piss out of Tywin. Tywin is always out to neutralize potential threats to his power before they can get up to steam. Typically, this is done via winning over potential threats and turning them to allies, but he's willing to use underhanded means if it's the easiest option, as he did in the Red Wedding. The problem is that there's no way to do that with Stannis, because Stannis operates on a completely different moral framework than Tywin. Stannis is all about rules to an almost absurd degree. Tywin is all about results, and rules only when they bring results. Hello, everyone. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss any new updates on your favorite TV series. So Tywin sees a guy he can't bribe, cajole, threaten, or intimidate, because that would mean Stannis would have to deviate from his rules, which normally would not be that much of an issue if Tywin had the capability of just crushing him. But he doesn't. Stannis is scarily good war and was never not considered a genuine threat to Taiwin. Anyone who can smash the Ironborn at sea isn't a slouch. Even when outnumbered 10-1 by Renly pretty much everyone, but Renly assumed that victory was not a sure thing. And Dragonstone is perfectly positioned to attack King's Landing and interdict trade, which is what it would need to feed itself. Reach grain won't get there in quantities needed if it's forced to go via land. Stannis isn't someone that Tywin is good at dealing with, which is why Tywin focused on smashing everyone else on the board before he turned his full attention to Stannis. He kind of grudgingly respects his capacity, both as an administrator and especially for a commander. Say what you will about the old lion, but Tywin was not a fool. He may look down on anyone that didn't born with Lannister name, but he still understands each people political and other values that could benefit or became a threat to him some way. Stannis himself was no joke. Remember, this guy managed to hold the siege of Storm End during Robert Rebellion. He starved with his men and ensured that the castle will not fell to Lord Tyrell and Redwine hands when they were busy partying outside his home. That alone speak about his indomitable willpower that not everyone possesses, especially for nobles who since they were born had luxurious life. He also shrewd enough politically to not trust anyone or blinded by mercy like Ned did. He understands people enough to saw them for what they are, snakes that couldn't be trusted at all. Tywin knew a good politician when he saw them, so he must at least recognize Stannis' capacity to rule ably than his brothers who were drunken and lazy. And don't you dare to forget that this man is also a capital commander. Stormlanders are good warriors, and Stannis was raised there with them until he was given Dragonstone. He managed to defeat Victarion Greyjoy himself, who, although an idiot politician, but a capable naval Ironborn commander and good warrior at the sea. Ironborn notoriously known to undefeated at their domain, the sea. But Manus managed to defeat this guy, even though he must have been a green boy compared to the race of pirates. So to summarize this, Tywin indeed grudgingly respects Stannis for his military experience and capability to rule. He stated in the first book that Stannis was more dangerous than the other two enemies combined. So he must respect him enough to see him as threat to the Lannisters, even at that time Manus didn't even mobilize to fight against them.